extended, but baby steps. And, you know, thankfully we know what, our contract is for next year, and, you know, thanks once again to the teaching staff for understanding our situation, and that'll be minimized as much as possible. All right. Bills and payroll are done. Minutes?
The first one is just, it was a correction, and that's fine. So I'll make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes for August 18th, 2009.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Open session for September 1st.
One thing, page 3, under food services and lunch program, it says Chartwell's has completed the retrofit of the middle and high school. I don't believe the high school has been retrofitted. That's correct, right, Carl?
That's correct.
So it's just the middle school that's been retrofitted, and they're gonna do the high school when?
That's next stage, starting in early October.
Okay. So I don't think we need to table those. That was the only correction I saw.
So you make a motion with that change?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve with that change.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
And we have September 1st.
Where's that
executive.
change?
Oh, it's on page 3, number 2, food services and lunch program. Only the middle school retrofit has been done, and it says middle and high school.
So, executive session for September 1st.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Okay. And as for budget report, the following staff members were appointed.
These are the new staff.
They should be entered into the record. I do have another staffing briefly. The contract, teacher's contract under Article 14, Section G, has provision for other leaves, and we have a teacher who has requested, who's currently out on child rearing leave, but really has come to the end of that leave, and this teacher is requesting to extend the leave by basically 3 weeks from November 2nd to November 30th. But I'm not willing to approve that under child rearing because it would violate the contract and go beyond the requirements. So I'm asking the committee, because under Article 14, Section G, other leave is really approved by the school committee. I have spoken with the principal, Mr. McKay. This leave will not interfere with any of the staffing plans at the school. Actually, this person will now come back when we anticipate another teacher who will be going out on child rearing leave on or around that time.
That's 3 weeks is unpaid, right?
Correct.
Right.
So, and this is, teacher is Elena Sabicki, is a teacher, special education teacher at the school.
Do you need a motion?
I do.
Do you have a recommendation?
I do, prove it, that's why I'm bringing it forward.
Do you have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the extended leave for
Elena Sabicki.
Elena Sabicki for 3 weeks.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No bids or donation. Subcommittee report. Go ahead. Athletic?
Just had a very brief meeting today. Basically, we talked about the for field turf, and I've already given you all the details on that. That was the main topic.
Youth at risk. We had our first meeting of the school year. It was really good to see the amount of work being done at the high school. John really has a great team. Most of it is funded through the High School Parent Association, and he's had a number of programs already, including Rachel's Challenge, which will be shown on October 1st to the community. I would encourage people to attend that forum. But a lot of our discussion at the Youth at Risk, sent it on the youth service director, Jenny O'Leary. She's a member of the Youth at Risk subcommittee, and I think, the Youth at Risk committee would like to convey to this committee and the community the value that Jen brings to our team, our committee work, and to the kids in the community. I know that the school budget is not the place to fund a director of youth services, but I can't really say enough about how important and how necessary her work is. And David and I talked about this. It's not a budget issue, it's a public policy issue. Do the people in North Reading value this group of citizens, the teenagers in our community, enough to realize that the culture that they live in is at war with these kids? It's very tough for these kids to survive in their world at this day and age and be able to resist all the temptations that they face from drugs and alcohol and peer pressure and different home lives that they come from and situations that they face on a day-to-day basis. The schools can't handle those types of issues. Our schools do a great job at identifying students at risk and at keeping kids away from risky behaviors. But what we do is we refer them out to Jen, and she does a great job. And the programs that she started 2 years ago have grown in number of programs, and they've grown in the rate of participation. I know that the officers that participate in Youth at Risk would say that she's valuable in the work that they do, not just with kids, but with the families. Jen is a resource to the adults raising the students as well as the kids. I know that we fund our senior citizen director because we value that people group and the issues that they deal with on a day-to-day basis. And I think that teenagers are in that same place. They deal with things that the majority of us adults are engaged in. And they need help. And they need someone who cares. And Jen cares. She really cares for these kids. So, it is my hope that the town will fund her position and that we'll be able to roll it into the budget from next budget forward. They met the requirement of being self-funding for 2 years, and this is the 3rd year.
Just a clarification, that was the condition when the youth services
Right.
director was
Absolutely.
appointed, that it would be self-funding, and now obviously they're having trouble being able to do that.
Right.
It's interesting, and I'm not making a proposal here, but, we talked about the fact that free cash aren't recurring funds, but we just sat here, and I'm not saying what we just approved to request $100,000 for are not worthy requests, but we have $200,000 in free cash. Why can't you take $36,000 of that and put it to Jen O'Leary's salary for 1 year?
Oh, I'd like to see the school committee take a position on the town meeting. I know, I don't know that it's a politically correct thing to do, and certainly we're not trying to circumvent the Board of Selectmen or the Finance Committee, but I'd like us to take a position on it and have a recommendation. If there's an opportunity to make that kind of a recommendation, that there be some funding.
Or could
Or
we
at
take
least-
$18,000 out of our capital requests and, that we just approved and put that and make a recommendation that it go toward for a salary for the rest of this
I
year?
personally would be willing to do that.
I would too.
I would,
I would. I personally would be
hear-
willing to do it.
after going over the revenue projections at the finance planning team, I think the town can fund it. I think we set a dangerous precedent, and it coming out of the school department. I kind of, I said, we're putting the cart before the horse. This isn't a budget issue. It's a public policy issue. I think the town needs to say, we want this structure, and it includes a director of youth services. Now how do we fund it?
But I think one of the issues, and I agree with you, but the town has at least 3 positions that people have left, and they're not filling those positions. And I think from that point of view, what I hear some of the selectmen saying, and I can understand this, is how can we add a new position to the town and not fill a police position, not fill, I think it's a planning, or it might be planning or whoever does the evaluation of the town, an I think a part-time assessor and one or two other positions.
How's it
So I
been funded?
understand that.
How has it been funded for the first 2 years? How do they raise the money?
Fundraising.
Fundraising,
And
yeah.
that hasn't happened at all, or is there a
just
way to
can't.
supplement it?
I think there's a supplement to it. That's why they only need the 36 instead of 60.
60.
I see.
But I think they just can't continue to raise that $60,000 or $50,000 a year. It becomes really difficult.
And there is no commitment that if they got the money to finish out the year, that it would be included in next year's budget. So
Right.
I think we need to push that issue first, that it needs to be in the budget, right in there as a general government staffing position, and go into the budget season, relooking at our staffing townwide. But hers would be in there.
I was just using the free cash money as an example of that. You know, I do understand though the selectmen's dilemma.
Well, could we
Right,
put this
right.
as an agenda item for the night of town meeting and for our meeting
Sure.
before the
Yeah.
town meeting to see
Yes.
how we want to maybe.
And maybe
handle
we should
this?
talk, maybe Mrs. Vaca can talk to Mr. Mosseri.
Yeah.
And, because as Jerry said, I don't want to step on
Right.
toes of the selectmen, because it's
But we'd
quote,
certainly
their
like-
position.
We'd like to take a
Right.
position.
Well, this is a community that is under our purview, and therefore we can provide input about the value of the services that are provided.
Yeah.
This is not just town, this is a community-wide need, and if we couch it that way, I think they'll understand the reason why we're doing it. However, I would not support taking money out of the capital funds.
Yeah. I want to hear the commitment to beyond the rest of this year. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
certainly every day that she's here working with kids, there's value. But, you know, I want to really hear the Board of Selectmen say, beyond this year, we're going to put this in our budget. And we might not know how we're going to fund it, but it is a priority. And that North Reading identifies the need for this director. So, and maybe when we get our educational foundation up and running, we'll have some grant writing people on that board, and they can branch out and look at multiple ways to help the town work with many, many needs. So, that's the update from the youth and risk. So. And last thing on the agenda is our meetings.
Let's get things on this really.
Oh, sure. You get a turn.
These are kind of highlights, but I'd like to highlight that we have a new school business partnership with Stop and Shop here. You have some information about the A+ Oxford School Program. The general manager actually came today to the Parent Advisory Council this morning and spoke about this, but patrons to Stop and Shop will be able to designate what I think is a pretty nice rebate. It will go back to schools, and I believe they have a way to split it up between schools.
So are we up there now? So if we, are we entered into the program?
Several of the schools are, and the other ones will be.
Okay.
You know, and we got really the first-hand information about it in the last couple of days.
How do parents go on, David, and sign up?
Well, there's a little card here, and we're gonna be communicating with parents, probably with the parent associations about it, so we'll be getting that information.
It's really simple. You just go on, I went online to register, but the schools weren't on yet, just a couple weeks ago. And you don't have to do anything else. Once you register, it just goes through the loyalty card that you use.
Yep.
And they take a certain percentage and then send that back to the schools. So there's no, Target, I think, does a similar program, and it's really simple.
Can we get it in the newspaper though, because we want
It
community?
we'll be working with Stop and Shop to find the best way, and as I said, they came this morning to the parent.
But one more question, it goes to the schools that you designate, it's not the school department?
It's, my understanding is it's by school.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can pick the school when you, I believe you can pick the school when you go and register.
Right.
So if your kids go to X school, that's.
Yeah, what do you do when you have one in every school?
You can choose up to 3.
You
Yeah,
can use up to three?
yeah.
Three.
Good, good.
Just a quick update on the H1N1 flu precautions. I did meet with the town's Director of Health, Martin Fair, and our school doctor, Dr. Lori Witz. And we had a great discussion. It's very evident to me that the Mass Department of Health and our local Department of Health are really gearing up.